Hello, Joe here from Infiniti of Tacoma. Today I'm going to tell you about this awesome 2019 Tesla Model 3 Standard Range Plus. One awesome battery electric vehicle. I think it's one of the best battery electric vehicles on the planet Earth. I'll go a step further than that. I'll say it's one of the best vehicles that you can buy on planet Earth for a lot of reasons. I love electric vehicles. I love Teslas. I love gas cars too. I love Infiniti. I'm a career car guy, but electric vehicles are so advanced. They have so many more benefits than gas vehicles. Obviously, gas vehicles, I guess, do have some perks over electric cars, but I think electric vehicles, a lot of the benefits outweigh the disadvantages of electric vehicles versus gas cars. And in fact, I'm a Tesla owner myself. You see that? Almost the exact same car. That's a 2019 Tesla Standard Range Plus, and that's mine. So, you know, after years of driving these things and doing videos and experiencing these amazing products, it got the better of me, and I ended up buying one for myself that, you know, we had on our lot. And I'm very happy with it. And I'm sure you'll be happy with this one if you become the happy owner of this one. Okay, so let's talk about the 2019 Standard Range Plus Tesla Model 3. So when fully charged, this has a range, EPA range of about 240 miles. In the real world, probably fully charged, you'll have a range of about 220 miles. And then you have to understand that if you're going to drive on the highway, electric cars will generally chew through range a little bit faster than around the town driving. Electric cars are most efficient around the town. If you're going 70, 80 miles an hour on the highway, you'll notice that they'll be sucking through range at a higher rate than expected, so you do have to keep that in mind. But for most people, including me, most people don't drive more than 100 miles a day, so a vehicle like this with 200 or so mile range when fully charged is plenty. And then you have the benefits of DC fast charging, and Tesla has an amazing supercharging network. You can see there's 2 superchargers within 6 miles of us, and you can get a full charge in about a half hour, 45 minutes. But the thing too is that your house can be the charger. With level 2 charging, you come home and you plug it in, and then you wake up the next morning and you have a full charge. So let's take a look at this. And I actually do have to adjust. The previous owner of this vehicle did not take advantage of the Tesla over-the-air updates, because this actually has an older version of the software, as an older version of the user interface. Tesla did a big upgrade, and basically the whole user interface was redesigned. So actually this will be a good segue. Before I'm done with this video, I'll hop into mine, which has the latest user interface update on it, and you can kind of see the difference. And you can see how radical these things change. You know, Tesla is one of the few vehicles that actually gets better with age. Usually most cars, they get, you know, older and obsolete with age, but with the over-the updates, Tesla is constantly adding features, improving the safety, and it's at a rate that I haven't seen any other manufacturer keep up with it. And the big reason is the majority of the functionality is contained in this screen, like the heated seat buttons, the fan buttons, the navigation controls. They're not fixed to hard buttons on the dashboard like other vehicles, which once you have a heated seat button or a climate control button that are hard and analog, those are there forever. You really can't change them. But since this is all digital, the car is pretty much infinitely configurable, and Tesla is constantly improving it, adding features, adding games, and you'll see how radically it's changed in such a short amount of time with the update on the infotainment system on mine over there. And then once I'm done doing this video, I'm going to get this thing up to date, and by the time you come in to look at this thing and maybe buy it, they'll have the updated, it'll be all up to date with all the software. You have to just hook it up to a Wi-Fi network. Okay, so let's kind of drill down a little bit and talk more about this thing. So the majority of the functionality is on this screen. You can find supercharging very easily here. It will navigate you to the supercharger, and it's always good to navigate to the supercharger even though you know where it is, because it will precondition the battery for faster charging. So I get that battery to a happy temperature to make it charge faster and the most efficiently. And if you want to go on a road trip, what you do is you just navigate even though you know where you're going. If you're afraid that you're not going to have enough range to get where you're needing to go, the Tesla will figure it out for you. So I just put Spokane, Washington. We're in Tacoma, Washington, so that's, you know, across the whole state, as you can see. Well, the Tesla will figure out, you know, which supercharger you need to go to. See, it says I'll stop in Moses Lake. I'll need a charge for 25 minutes, and then I'll go to Spokane. I'm also going to charge in North Bend. And this isn't fully charged, so that's another reason why it's having me charge in a short amount of time. So I'll get to North Bend with 27% range, I'll charge for 40 minutes. Then I'll get to Moses Lake and I'll charge there for 30 minutes, and then I'll make it to Spokane with about 14% of battery life left on it, or 14% range left on it. So yeah, you know, it's not going to leave you hanging. If you plan your trips out and use the navigation system, you should not have range anxiety. You should not worry about having enough you know, range to get to where you need to go. Amazing sound system. We have some amazing features. Autopilot comes with this vehicle. Autopilot is traffic aware cruise control. It allows the vehicle to brake and accelerate in its own lane. It allows it to steer. Here's a video of me driving a Tesla similar to this down a back road using Autopilot. And you do have to understand there's limitations to Autopilot. It's not full self-driving. They want you to keep your hand in the wheel and pay attention. If you don't keep your hand in the wheel, the system will disengage. So you keep your hand in the wheel and pay attention. The vehicle's doing the work for you. You're just sitting there supervising in case the car gets confused or overwhelmed. You know, you can take control, so nothing bad will happen. But for the most part, the system works great. Goes all the way to a complete startup. Gets going again. You don't have to re-engage the system when it comes to a stop like a lot of the other advanced driver assistance features in other vehicles. Autopilot is amazing, and it makes it safer. Right now the statistics say Tesla operating on Autopilot averages about 1 accident for every 4 million miles driven, which is a lot better than human drivers, which I think right now is about 1 accident for every 500,000 miles driven. So Tesla's Autopilot, you know, contrary to some of the, you know, this fearful news you hear, actually makes the vehicles safer, not more dangerous. The climate control system is operated on this screen. All right, we have some games. We have Netflix and Hulu, and you'll notice when we actually go to my vehicle, they've added more. They've added Disney Plus and a few other things. So like I said, they're constantly adding features. They're constantly adding games. You'll see on my updated user interface, they've added more games. You know, and you have this amazing backup camera. You have a Sentry mode system. So there's cameras all around the vehicle. So Sentry mode basically records any people going around the vehicle close to it. So if it's vandalized, you know, you'll have a recording of it, and then you know, if something does happen, you know, the alarm will go off. You'll get an alert on your phone. Really amazing stuff. And there's also a dash cam. So that Sentry mode, those cameras that work like a security system, you can also use to record driving. So maybe, you know, if there's some crazy driver that you want to report to the police, you can record it. You know, some aggressive driver or someone, you know, you can record all that. You know, maybe you're driving a beautiful strip of road and you want to record that. You can record that with the dash cam. There's one instance where this gentleman was pulled over for using failure to signal when he actually did have a signal on, and he used the dash cam to show his signal is on. They could see the reflection of his turn signal on another vehicle in front of him through the Tesla dash cam, and that obviously allowed him to get out of his ticket. All right, so much to talk about, so little time. All right, so let's talk a little bit more. So the Tesla Model 3 Standard Range Plus is only available in rear-wheel drive. If you want all-wheel drive, you'd have to upgrade to the dual motor version of the Tesla Model 3, which also has a little bit longer range. But it's also a little bit more money for the dual motor, because you're paying for an extra electric motor. Instead of one electric motor, you have two, and you're paying for a larger battery pack. You also get a few extra premium features. For me, I'm more than happy with my Standard Range Plus. I don't need all-wheel drive, and I have plenty of range for my daily needs and those occasional road trips. You know, I can take advantage of the supercharging. But if you do maybe drive more than 100 miles a day, it might be a good idea to get that Tesla with the larger battery. And even though the Model 3 is considered a compact, you have lots of interior space. I'm 6'2", I can comfortably sit in the front seats or the back seats. Because the floor is completely flat, the battery pack's on the floor, it allows for kind of a clean sheet design on the interior, allows for more interior space, more trunk space, and since you don't have an engine in the front, you have this frunk, so that's more storage up there. It's also a safety feature because you have a crumple zone that's 60% larger than a gas car. You have all this space in the front to absorb crash energy in a frontal vehicle collision. In fact, if you go to Tesla's website, they have a special page dedicated to the NHTSA testing of the Model 3. In fact, the Model 3 is the safest vehicle ever tested by the NHTSA. The lowest probability of injury in a vehicle accident versus any other car on the road. So not only does the software make the Tesla Model 3 safe, but the way it's built and constructed makes it safe. You know, the Tesla Model 3 is what you would call a category killer. It's designed to compete in almost every category and dominate. Performance, you know, even though this is the least expensive, most affordable Tesla, 0 to 60 still in 5 seconds, top speed 140 miles an hour. It's quicker off the line than a lot of other vehicles on the road. That's one of the safest vehicles on the road. With its amazing user interface and autopilot, it's one of the most technologically advanced vehicles on the road. I mean, like I said, it's a category killer, and every category it competes with, it's designed to dominate and kill the competition. All right, so let's take a look at the user interface lastly before we end this video on mine, just to show you how much it can change in over-the-air update. All right, so you can see the screen's a little bit different. I have the live Google Maps on mine. That comes with the premium connectivity, which is $10 a month. They will give you a 30-day trial. I think it's well worth it. It also allows you to stream data. You can stream music, stream video. You can have a web browser. It's a nice backup camera. And also the update, they added these side view cameras for me. And then another update, you put the turn signal on and look at that, you have a blind spot camera. This vehicle was out for years, and then they figure out, oh, we can give it an update, and now you have a blind spot camera when you put the turn signals on. This was an over-the-air update, didn't cost me any extra money, it was free. Alright, and then let's take a look at the infotainment system. You can see like the gauges and stuff are a little bit different. They redesigned all the features and the user interface. Right, you can see here how they added some more stuff. You know, before it was Netflix, Hulu, and YouTube. Now you have Disney Plus, Twitch, TikTok, and then for the arcade, you can see there's a whole bunch more games before. And then we have this toy box with some even additional features added. Like I said, the amount of change of the over-the-air updates is absolutely mind-boggling compared to any other vehicle I've seen on the road. And that's just, you know, the tip of the iceberg. I mean, I could probably go on for hours about the differences. Another, you know, major difference is this amazing Tesla app. I have not seen an app anywhere like this. You schedule service, you have all the information in your vehicle, you can pull up the live cameras. If someone else is driving your vehicle, you can pull up the location of the vehicle. You can even have a live Google map. It'll tell you how fast the car is driving. You can activate the climate control, put the heated seats on. It's just absolutely unbelievable. I haven't seen any other vehicle like this. You know, like I said, the competition has its work cut out for them. You know, Tesla's been building electric vehicles longer than everyone else has. There's 3 million Teslas on the road. No one, I think, is even close for electric vehicles. And, you know, Tesla has been, you know, pioneering this user interface, which is very Apple-esque. You know, and you know, people are realizing that, you know, being a car manufacturer like Ford and GM and Honda, they're great at making cars, but this is not, you know, car engineering. This is software engineering. So, you know, that's the thing is, Tesla is not just a car company. You can see here that they're also a software company, and they're also dabbling in a lot of other things. But like I said, the competition really has their work cut out for them. I think you know, Tesla is kind of going to be a what we call disruptive to the car industry, as Apple was disruptive to the cell phone industry. And, you know, they said, oh, you know, all the competition's coming for the iPhone, the new iPhone killer's coming out, you know, Microsoft's coming out with this new phone. It's going to completely, you know, be completely better than Apple. Well, we all know how that worked out, and I think, you know, people are starting to realize that, you know, Tesla is pretty far ahead a lot of other manufacturers in a lot of, you know, big ways, and it's going to be even more groundbreaking, and I think it's going to start shaking up the auto industry a lot more as the years go along. Thanks so much for watching this video. Hope to see you soon, and have a wonderful day.